Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. So I'm going to be doing your weekly energy reading. So I'm going to be giving you your overall energy for this upcoming week, some blockages and some things to look out for, and then also some advice. And for those of you who have ordered a past life reading, all of those readings are going to be sent out by the end of this week. So make sure you're on the lookout in your email for your reading that's going to come in an audio file. All right. So let's dive into it. So for your overall energy, we have the King of Wands and we have the Wealthy Man card. So it looks like this upcoming week, some of you are going to have a burst of energy or a burst of confidence. This is going to be a very good week for those of you who have been putting a lot of energy into things involving finances, or just putting a lot of energy into something that you've been waiting on the reward, or you've been waiting on the return. It looks like this week, that's when you're going to see like the benefits of the energy that you have been putting into, whatever it is. It's going to be different for different people. For some people, it's work related. Maybe for some of you, you've been working really hard at your career and it's going to pay off, or you're going to experience some sort of like, windfall of finances is what I'm hearing. But then also I'm hearing that it could be that maybe you've been going to the gym a lot and this week you're going to see the benefits of that. Like you're going to start to finally see like that change in your body. When you like first start working out and you don't really see the change, like because it's so like slow and gradual, and then one day like you kind of wake up and you're like, okay, wow, I can see like the results, I can see the difference. That could be it for some of you. For some of you, maybe you've been putting a lot of energy and effort into a friendship or a relationship, and this week you're going to start to finally see how much the energy and the work that you've been doing, how much it has paid off. Like maybe you're noticing that you and your partner have healthier communication this week, or you and your friend have healthier communication this week because you've been putting in the effort and the energy to kind of fix those things. Yeah, it's like this week you're going to be seeing a lot of rewards for something that you've really been putting your effort into, and it actually is going to do a lot for your confidence. It's going to boost your confidence to see like the outcome of what you've been putting your energy into. Because sometimes when we put our energy into things and we can't see the results right away, it could be hard to kind of stay motivated, and it's hard for it to kind of boost your confidence until you actually see the benefits, or like the way that it is paying off. That's when you get this extra surge of energy, like when you start seeing the results, that's when you're like, oh, okay, like I see the results, let me try even harder now to reach that next level. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be like a burst of energy that you're getting, and like a burst of confidence that's going to push you forward towards your goals. With the Wealthy Man card being here, like I said, I feel like for a lot of you this is financially related, but like I said, it could be anything that is beneficial to your life, because wealth can come in many different shapes and forms, not just finances. I'm trying to see if I can feel anything else with this card. I feel like there's another message that's trying to come through. I feel like I'm hearing revoked access. I feel like for some of you, you are putting up some sort of blockage. You're revoking access from yourself. Like certain people, you're not allowing them to have access to you, or certain things you're not allowing to have access to you. And that's playing a role in why this week seems to be a very positive one for you. And it's not just people that you're revoking access to. It's like certain thoughts, certain habits. Like if there are certain negative self-defeating thoughts that you have, it's like this week you're doing an exceptional job of like not letting those thoughts overshadow like what's going on in your life, or you're not letting those thoughts weigh you down. You see what I'm saying? It's like you're putting up some sort of like very strict or stern boundary between you and something else. Excuse me, you and something else that's trying to kind of knock you off your square. It's like something trying to come in that's trying to lower your confidence, or take this burst of energy that you're going to have. It's like something trying to come in and kind of like sideswipe that, and you're just like, no, you're putting up like a very strict boundary. So if you reach some sort of like milestone or some sort of goal this week, maybe it's like a negative thought pattern that's trying to come through and tell you that, it's not enough. Like, or maybe a thought pattern is trying to come through and downplay what you've, accomplished. And you're kind of like, no, like you're putting that boundary up, like, absolutely not. I'm not allowing you to do that, to that thought. But it could also physically be people or a person who is trying to kind of rain on your parade, or who is trying to like lower your vibration, or kind of like lower this energy or this confidence that's coming in for you, and you're just setting up a very strict boundary and you're revoking access to yourself, which is a very, very good idea, because you've worked far too hard to get to whatever it is that's happening this week for you. And this burst of energy, this burst of confidence, this milestone, whatever it is, it's something that you're very deserving of. I see that you put in a lot of time, energy, and effort, and the last thing you need is someone trying to put a damper on that, which I don't know why anybody would even, well, people are miserable. The last thing you need is someone trying to put a damper on that. So it's like revoking access, whether it be to an actual person, like an actual person no longer having access to you, or if it's like a thought or a habit that you're just like, no, I'm setting a very strong boundary and you're not allowed to come through, you know. Additional message with the King of Wands being here. Some of you, you're being asked this week to take action on some sort of creative idea that you may have been having. So for some of you, it's not that you're reaching some sort of milestone this week, but it's that you are needing to finally take action on something that has been running through your mind for a very long time, and you're needing to finally take action on it, which I guess you could consider that a milestone as well, like making the conscious decision to act on something that you've been planning for a while. That in itself is triumph, and that in itself is a milestone as well. So that's the message for some of you. This week is that week for you to take action on what you have been thinking about, what you have been praying about, and things of that sort. It's time for you to actually take the action towards it and go towards it full force. Don't be shy about it. Don't be hesitant about it, because you've thought about it so much that it's time for you to now go. You've planned it so much, it's time for you to now go, is what I'm seeing. So with the Knight of Wands being here in the reverse in your blockage, I am seeing that the only thing that could really throw you off this week is if you misdirect your energy and if you give into temporary satisfaction or short-term satisfaction. Okay, so the action that you're supposed to take this upcoming week, it has to do with the long term, because the Wealthy Man card in the King of Wands is about longevity. It's about taking action and putting energy into things that you are going to reap the rewards in the long term. A lot of you are reaping the rewards this week, and it's going to push you to go to the next level and reap even more rewards. And these things are long term. These things are, you know, things that are not just like fly by night. They're here one day and then gone the next day type of things. These are things that, like I said, they have some sort of stability and longevity, and that's why you are investing your energy into them. But if you make the decision this week to invest your energy into things that are fly by night and things that are not long term, like things that will only give you temporary satisfaction, it's just going to completely like throw you off. It's going to throw your energy all the way off. For example, the example that I gave about working out or fitness and health. Let's say that you've been working out a lot and you finally this week see the results. You're starting to see the results. You're starting to see the change in your body. You're starting to see the change in your energy levels and things of that sort. This would not then be the week to kind of fall off your square and like have too much of a cheat day, or like 2 or 3 cheat days, like, and fall off of, you know, your eating habits, or, oh, I'll just miss the gym this week. I've been doing so good and I see results. I don't feel like going to the gym this week. It'll be fine. Like, it's not the time to give into like those temporary satisfaction, you know, like those things that are going to temporarily satisfy you. You see what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. You need to just keep on thinking long term. Keep thinking long term, and don't put your energy into anything that's like short term gratification that's just going to knock you off your square. You need to be in control of yourself this week, because I'm sensing that there's going to be a lot of temptation. You know, if, let's say, for example, you've been putting a lot of energy into your connection, right? And this week you see that you're getting better and better at communication. There could be that little, you know, thing in the back of your mind, that leftover little toxicity that, you know, is tempting you to, you know, argue in the way that you used to, instead of, you know, implementing the new communication techniques that you've been working on. You see what I'm saying? It's like little temptation, like negative, tempting things from the past are going to kind of be calling to you this week, and it's short-term gratification, and it's just going to throw you off your square. Like, maybe you and your spouse used to argue and yell a lot, and in the moment it's satisfying to yell when you are angry. It's satisfying to just, you know, fly off the handle and lash out. It's short-term satisfaction, but it ends up harming your connection in the long term. You see what I'm saying? So you and your partner could have been really working on getting your communication to a healthy space, and then this week you could have the the temptation to just lash out because maybe you're angry, and you're needing to remember this reading and remember this message and think to yourself, it's not worth it to have that short-term satisfaction when we've been putting in so much work and so much energy and effort into changing this habit for the long term. So overall, there's just going to be a need for you to stay in control this week, and just remember, say no to short-term satisfaction that's going to ultimately throw you off your square or knock you off your square when it comes to the work that you've been putting in the long term. So in terms of the advice cards, we have the Four of Cups in the reverse, and we have the occupation card. Okay, so with the Four of Cups being here in the reverse, this is talking about a need to not slip into past things. Again, that goes right along with the blockage that I was talking about how past temptations or things that used to make you feel good in the short term, they may be calling to you. Like if you've been doing really well on eating healthy, this week might be a week that, you know, you're like, oh, I just really want some, you know, comfort food. Let me just order out just this one time. Don't do it. Resist, because it's going to really set you back. I don't know what's going on astrologically or what's in the air this week, but sometimes we can kind of slip up a little bit and we can jump right back in. Like we can, you know, start right back up where we left off after we slipped up a little bit. It's something about this week that if you slip up, it's going to set you back way further than it usually would. It's going to take you a little bit longer to recover. So just keep that in mind this week, that anything from your past that's kind of like drawing you back, old habits, old ways of thinking, old ways of being, don't allow it to do so. Okay, with the occupation card being here, this talks about you staying very focused and staying very productive this week. That's going to be something that's going to help you to not fall back into past actions and past ways. If you stay productive in a positive way, like if you have, if you're on like a certain schedule and things of that sort, you'll be least likely to fall back into temptation. So again, let's just give the example of the fitness because it just seems to be the easiest one. If you have been working out and you've been eating really healthy, right? If you are on like a schedule and you stick to that schedule, like you're planning your meals and you are planning what time you're going to the gym, and maybe you have someone that you go to the gym with that's going to, you know, hold you accountable, like an accountability partner. Having that and being productive and structured in that way is going to really help you when you feel temptation kind of calling you and kind of like trying to drag you back, because you're on schedule and you have like a set structured day, so that temptation has a hard time getting in. Like the more structured your day is, it's very hard for temptation to kind of invade your mind. Like kind of how like they say that an idle mind is the devil's workshop. It's kind of like that. And also because of willpower, human beings only have a certain amount of willpower to spend throughout the day. So when your day is structured, you're spending less willpower and less energy on deciding what it is that you're going to do. If you have the gym scheduled in your daily schedule for like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., this is my gym time, it's like, you know, that's the exact time you're going to the gym. So you don't have to exert any energy deciding, do I even want to go today? What time should I go today? What meal should I cook today? What should I eat today? If you already have that all planned out, it's like the more you have planned out and the more structure you have, the less likely for you to kind of fall off the wagon or kind of slip back into old ways and things of that sort. So just keep yourself busy and structure and plan out your days, and it should be much easier for you not to slip into the past and slip into any type of temptation. So that is it. Let me see if there's any other messages before I sign off. No, but I think that that's it. Overall, I just feel like this is going to be a very productive week. Of course, we all have free will, so, you know, it's going to be up to you what you choose to do and whether or not, you know, your week is going to go in a positive direction. But if you do happen to slip up a little bit, don't be discouraged. You know, try to get right back on the horse, keep going. But I'm just telling you, it's better to try to prevent that from happening, because it really looks like any slip ups, it's going to take a longer time to recover, and that's the last thing that we want. So that is it, guys. I really hope that this was helpful. I will be posting the Zodiac love and spirituality readings this upcoming week because of everything that's been happening in the world. I've held off on posting those, but this upcoming week I will be posting them. And again, if you ordered past life readings, those are going to be sent out this week as well. So again, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.